Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Dan.
And I'm Mitch.
And today we're gonna give you some tips and tricks on how to travel the world.
Now, why should we give you those tips and tricks? Well, because we've both been there and we've both done that.
Some things we're gonna cover is what's in your bag and some general knowledge.
And how to survive on that student budget.
Some boredom busters to kill all that free time you got.
And some fun and exciting drinking games to get the party going.
Let's do it!
Now, before we tell you what to pack, we're gonna give you a few tips on what to do before you go on your trip. When you buy your backpack, you'll wanna make sure that you spend that extra money for a good backpack. It may seem sort of expensive to begin with, but trust me, it's well worth it.
So when you're looking for a bag, try and find one with a detachable, smaller backpack on the front of it. Those will be awesome for day trips because you can just take the essentials and leave everything back at wherever you're staying.
And one of the biggest issues that all backpackers have, or travelers alike, they overpack. You gotta pack light because it's gonna be on your back for hours at a time and you don't want all that extra weight.
Now, like what Mitch said, you don't want to overpack. You gotta leave some room for souvenirs, cause you never know when you'll find that perfect gift for that special someone.
Instead of telling you what I brought last in my backpack through Europe, I'm gonna tell you the items that I didn't bring, but I wish I did. Laundry detergent that you can use in the sink would be number one, so you can clean your clothes. And you gotta pack a good pair of running shoes because you're gonna be doing a lot of walking. Make sure you pack a journal because you'll want to jot down some memories or names of people you met and your iPhone's not always available. Make sure you pack that fast dry towel because you can't be waiting forever if you gotta catch a train. You gotta bring a padlock as well because in case you have sketchy people in your hostel, you wanna lock up your stuff. And finally, you gotta take a photocopy of your passport in case you lose it somewhere when you're traveling.
Some other great things you might want to bring along is a student ID. Even if it's expired, this is gonna help you with discounts all over the world. Your country's embassy's phone number. Now, if you get into any kinds of trouble over there, that's the number you're gonna wanna call. A box of Tylenol to help you with those rough mornings. Some eye cover and earplugs because you don't know who you're sharing these hostels with. Some hand sanitizer. You're gonna be visiting all kinds of different cities, going on buses and trains, and you wanna keep your hands clean. A compact umbrella will save you from getting soaked. Some cutlery because sometimes those long train rides don't supply cutlery. Some business cards and social media cards are also really great to bring along to hand out to friends that you make along the way.
When we traveled, we were students. We were kind of on a tight budget. So we're gonna give you a few tips on what to do when your budget's not so high.
Depending on where you're going, such as Europe, it may be a better idea to buy groceries. You can buy a bag of pasta that'll last you a week, and you can even buy a loaf of bread to make some sandwiches. Now, if you're going somewhere like Japan, it is a lot cheaper to eat out, so just do a little bit of research on where you're traveling first.
If you're traveling to multiple countries, which you most likely are, make sure you book your travel arrangements in advance. You can get a Eurorail pass or a Busabout pass, and it's the cheapest way to go.
Big thing for hostels is that a lot of them will have free food shelves. Travelers that have been there, bought groceries, and didn't eat them all will put them on the shelf for future travelers. So check that out first.
Something fun to do with the hostel that you're staying at, if you are staying in a hostel, is the pub crawls. A lot of them are free, and you meet a huge group of people that you can travel with into different countries.
Now, if you're on a low budget, some things you can try is couch surfing. There's a community of people all around the world that will offer up their couch or even a place to stay for low budget travelers. If you have a little bit of a higher budget, you can try staying at hostels. They're really cheap and they're a lot of fun. And you meet a lot of people.
And if it's a rainy day and you guys are in Europe, check out some of the free museums a lot of countries have. You can spend a whole day in them.
Now, when you're traveling, you're gonna have a lot of time to kill, whether it's on a long train ride, a bus ride, or even hanging out at your hostel. So we're gonna give you, as fast as we can, our top boredom busters while you're traveling.
Read that book you brought.
Cards.
Have a couple drinks.
iPad.
Plan your future trips.
Write postcards.
Email your family members.
Talk with people around you, make friends.
Do a word search or a crossword.
Go through your photos and even delete some.
And catch up on some shut-eye.
Write in your journal.
Now, if you're gonna be traveling Europe or Southeast Asia or even Australia, you're gonna wanna know a few drinking games to get the party started in your hostel. So we're here to teach you a few.
Now, this game I learned in Japan. It's called Ping Pong Pang. It's a game where you have to be quick on your feet and highly coordinated, and it gets tougher as the game goes on because you're drinking. Now, how it works is you get all your party goers or whoever you're with to sit in a circle, and you start by saying ping. Person to your left says pong, and the person to their left says pang. Now, when they say pang, they can point to anybody in the circle, and it starts again. But if they mess up or stumble on their words, they have to drink, and then the game will restart.
This one comes from Australia. It's called Thumper. The object of the game is that everyone has a unique symbol, and you have to memorize everyone's or else you're gonna have to drink.
Now this game came from Ireland. It's called Coasters. The object of the game is to take one coaster, balance it on the side of the table, and you have to flick it up and catch it in the air. If you do, then the next person goes. The game progresses every round by adding a coaster. Second round would be 2 coasters, third round would be 3, so on and so forth, until you mess up. Say it's round 5, you got 5 coasters, you flicked them, you don't catch all 5, you have to drink the amount that you didn't catch.
Now, a cool game that I learned while I was over in the UK is God Save the Queen. The object of this game is to avoid having a penny put in your drink. If somebody does get a penny with the queen on it put in your drink, you're going to have to save her by drinking the rest of your drink so that she doesn't drown. You then hold on to the penny and have to do it to somebody else. This keeps going till everyone's drunk enough.
So there you have it. Hopefully we are of some assistance with our tips and tricks and you feel comfortable enough to travel the world.
And if you guys are traveling, we hope you have an awesome time wherever you're going. Could be Europe, Asia, Australia. The world is your oyster.
Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys later. Oh my god, I got the giggles right now. Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Okay.
Instead of boring you with the list of everything I bought when I backpacked.